Listen, I played in the NFL. I've taken enough shots to last a lifetime. And let me tell you this, taking a shot just to lose weight, that's not a smart play. That's why I roll with Brain IQ. The all-natural weight chews cut cravings, boost metabolism, and sharpen focus. No needles, no chemicals, no crash. Just results you can chew on. And Brain IQ is not just about weight chews. They've got a full lineup of all-natural products to keep your mind sharp, your body fueled, and your health on point. Skip the needles, choose natural. Dogs and poodles, you're in the dog. Y'all know what it is, and we got to thank God every minute of every day. Good morning, world. It's your boys. Today, sir.
I'm fantastic, man. How about you?
I, too, sir, am doing absolutely fantastic. I run my own fantasy league. I'm not like Mocha and Ty and other people that hire consultants to run their league for them. I'm doing it all by my damn self.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Gus, Dante, general manager. But yeah, I do it all by myself. Good morning, world.
Good morning. Good morning. It's funny. We just talked about how your sound sounds good, and then you come on and you're a little hollow. Something's going on with it a little bit, but I think it's getting better. Just check.
Right.
Just check something. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it sounds good. My settings are where they're supposed to be, and it is what it is. I mean, I don't know what you want me to do.
We just came into the show, man, with the video from all of the No Kings rallies all over the country. We had a very interesting conversation in the pregame show. We got a ton of stuff to get to. Should I even get into that right now? Let me set the stage a little bit. Can I do that?
Okay. For the record, since you brought it up, let me just say this. To all those people at the No Kings rally that voted for the current guy trying to be the king, shame on y'all for trying to stand up after the damn fact.
Yeah, but
that's rally full of people that voted that bastard into office. Shame on y'all.
Hold on. But I think the vast
majority. You can think all you goddamn want. Shame on them people that voted for that man that's now trying to make sure he don't become a dictator. Shame on them.
I don't think you understand how the rallies worked.
Right.
Like, what percentage of people at these rallies? They said total like 7 million people demonstrated and marched. What percentage of all the people that attended these rallies do you think voted for Trump?
I hear the doorbell. Come on in here, Tree. He ain't talking about nothing anyway. Good morning, Tree.
Good morning, Doug. Come on.
No, I'm asking.
The only time when white people start to feel it, and they are starting to feel what black people and people of color have felt already. That is what you're looking at. That is not the majority. We're not helping them.
Let me say it out loud. 90%, I believe 90% of the people at these rallies voted against Trump.
Okay.
Y'all don't think that? Y'all think that there were a majority of people that voted for Trump out there picketing against him now?
You see all them Caucasians out on them streets this weekend?
Man,
yes,
but
you see all them Caucasians out on the street?
Hold on. You got to remember, Kamala had almost 50% of the vote. So a lot of white people voted for Kamala. Let's not forget that. I mean, I don't.
You're a little sheltered. You're a little sheltered. I said it this morning. If I go and see videos from Noonan, from Peachtree City, full of people. Them ninjas, and that's how it is around the country. Go look at the voting
Denver,
records.
Colorado.
Yeah, come on.
Okay, man, stop it.
I'm
Yeah,
out.
the same people out there storming the streets now and protesting
Thank you,
now and trying to fight back now are the reason why we fighting in the first damn place.
Yeah, but I think
You can think all you want.
I think it's a very small percentage of people that voted for Trump.
Right.
Because you know why? Those people that voted for Trump, they're not acknowledging it. They're keeping it to themselves.
Right.
They don't want to admit to the world. They don't want to get on record as somebody that knew they made a grave mistake. They're paying for it now, and now they just flipped and they're rallying against this guy. No, those people that voted for Trump acting like everything is okay.
Right.
The vast majority of them are acting like everything is still fine because they're embarrassed.
Shouts out to the Philadelphia Phillies.
Yeah. Why you go Throwback Thursday today, man?
I decided, man, I love my throwbacks, and I'm going to wear one every day. That's what I'm going to do.
If you have that many to flaunt, that's great.
You know who this is?
Don't tell me you don't. Let's see, Mike Schmidt.
Oh, what? Listen, man,
Ah!
you do pretty good with that. You do pretty good with that. Numbers and jerseys, you do pretty good with that.
I saw the hat when you first popped on. I was like, that's fabulous, man. I don't think I've ever seen you wear that.
The old Mitchell and S, yeah, yeah.
So you got the old school Mitchell and Ness hats and variety of colors, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Variety of colors. Whenever I bought a jersey or whenever I bartered for a jersey that didn't have a hat, I would just cop the Mitchell and S colored hat of that jersey. So whole bunch of them back there, man. I took a whole bunch of them out. Had to steam some of them, because some of them had some stuff in it. But yeah, it's all good now, and I'm gonna start rocking one every day, I think, man. Shouts out to the folks that love throwback jerseys like the Stews.
All right, so listen, man. We can have some more discussion, and what are your thoughts? Go ahead.
Right before you do that.
Mhm.
Right before you do that. One quick thing I've got to talk about because we've been talking about for the last few weeks.
Don't forget, you getting out of here in about 15 minutes, man.
Yeah. For the last few weeks, man, you and I have been debating the abilities or lack thereof of Joe Flacco. I have with his new team in 2 games, he's now 555 yards, 5 TDs, and no picks.
Mm-hmm.
I have that Joe Flacco, since leaving the Cleveland Browns, where he was the starter over Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders, Joe Flacco, since leaving there in 2 games, has thrown for 555 yards, 5 TDs, and no picks. I just wanted to say that because you kept talking about why he never should have started and how you were just talking some old off-the-wall BS, and I just want you to say, ha! I just wanted to say, ha!
Wait
Joe
a minute.
Flacco out in them streets balling.
What? My stance was that he couldn't have one good game.
Your stance was he shouldn't be playing.
He shouldn't have been.
Your stance was they should have started 2 rookies,
No.
1 third rounder and 1 fifth rounder. That was your stance.
No, that's actually what my stance.
Oh, okay.
My stance with 40-year-old Joe Flacco should not be starting for any NFL team.
Right. 555 yards later and 5 TDs with no interceptions. How dare you say something so stupid on this show?
So moving forward, you gonna run your franchise and depend on a 40-year-old guy to run your franchise at the start of the season? Hold on.
Right.
We talked about this. That
Right.
in all the other examples where this has happened, where a 40-year-old guy started the season for a team, they were a bona fide first round.
How dare you ignore 555 yards and 5 TDs as if he didn't just do that shit 2 weeks ago? How dare you try to ignore what Joe Flacco has done and compare something that how dare you try to overlook how freaking wrong you were about Joe Flacco? All right.
The point is you can't
The
show
point
me.
is you was wrong and I was right. That's
No.
the point.
No, the debate was that there's never been a 40-year-old quarterback that wasn't a first ballot Hall of Famer to
Right.
start an NFL season for a team.
Yeah.
That's
And the
it.
point that I was trying to make to you was he's a better start than a 3rd rounder and a 5th round rookie with no NFL experience. That's all I was trying to tell you.
Yeah, but
any coach, any general manager, any president, any owner is going to want the guy that's played in 2 Super Bowls and won 1. They're going to want that guy to start over the 2 rookies who's got 0 NFL experience, is all I was trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So we're once again arguing 2 different things, evidently.
No, we're not
And that's
arguing 2
fine.
different things.
We are.
No, we're not.
We are.
One of us is right, that's me, and the other was dead ass wrong, like I was telling you.
You know what? You're right.
Thank you. I wasn't too hard to do, was it? It wasn't too hard to do.
You're right. So that you can stop screaming and arguing about something totally different than what we were talking about or debating about. I'll go ahead and just give it to you. You got it, man.
Since we're doing that, I'm glad you brought it up. Since we're doing that, all right? There's been 3 times this season where Tua has thrown 3 interceptions in a game. As a matter of fact, since 2022, Tua's got the most interceptions in a 12-game period than anybody else. He's thrown 2+ interceptions in 12+ games. Tua's stinking it up, and now Tua is just apologizing because he know he's stinking it up after judging everybody on his team. All right. I'm done with that one too.
Now, why'd you have to go off on just now on that?
Well, for the last couple of weeks, or especially in the last show, somebody was talking about how Tua. Somebody was just ass backwards on Tua.
In what way?
Somebody.
In what way?
Not name not me.
In what way? How was I ass backwards on Tua?
I don't want to talk about it no more. I'm done.
No, because you don't even remember what the discussion or the debate was.
Right.
Just like this
Tua got up and judged his teammates. Tua got up and threw everybody under the bus as the leader of the team, except for himself.
You just remembered what it was about.
Except for him. I was trying to get past it, but since you want to insist, okay, Tua got up and judged everybody on his team except for himself when he indeed is the problem. I tried to tell you that's not leadership and no one does that. You said, oh, well, he was saying so. No, you lied. He did not judge himself, didn't talk about himself on that video. And then when he came back to apologize, now you acting like, oh, none of this stuff happened. I got to call you to the carpet when you do what you've been doing, sir. All right, I'm done. We can move on now. Somebody was wrong and somebody was right.
We're going to talk to Mark Gray. Hopefully we'll talk to Mark Gray, longtime DC sports and radio broadcaster. We're going to talk a little baseball. We're also going to talk a little bit of HBCU football, which he is a tremendous voice for. Do us a favor, share the show. Share the gift of the 2 Live Stews. That's very important. We got top 5 coming up a little bit later. Great top 5 topic. Last 48, the biggest memes in the 2 Live Stews Facebook chat group over the last 48 hours. The Arley Report, we're always going to talk some entertainment news. Give you an update with Cruz with the Stews.
Look at the run. Flacco will fizz out in a couple of weeks. That's not what we were discussing, no. Theron. Don't try to change the subject matter now, Theron.
Nobody's debating. You can't have one good game when you're 40 years old, man.
Well, he's had 555 yards and 5 TDs in the last 2 games. And that's better than Dylan Gabriel and what Shador could bring to the table.
The Arley Report. The Arley Report coming up a little bit later, talking about some entertainment news. She's also going to give you an update on Cruise with the Stews, where we're hosting a Super Bowl party. Yeah. Super Bowl cruise party.
Thank you, Shedrick. You're right, Shedrick. It's free to hit the subscribe and the like button. You are correct, Shedrick Jones. We appreciate you, sir.
So you said you got to get out of here in about 10 minutes or so to go and take the kids to school. You will be back. But go ahead and give me your quick thoughts on the Falcons last night as they lose to the San Francisco 49ers. And our boy, Michael Penix Jr. didn't look that great. Let's just put it like that.
That's a good way to look. That's a good way to say it. He didn't look that great. I'm actually tired of him coming out and looking unpolished. More so than that, I'm a little frustrated with the doo-doo faces that Raheem Morris persists on having on the sideline.
The head coach of the Falcons.
I think when he's standing there with his lip, his bottom lip between his teeth, that he should be talking to his team and coaching his team up. I do understand and realize that that's not an easy trip for the Falcons, having played on a Monday night, having to travel out west and play on a Sunday night. But I'm tired of them looking like getting beat by 30 points to the Panthers 1 minute, beating the Buffalo Bills the next minute, and then showing up in San Francisco like they don't know who they are. This team has got to figure out what their identity is, and they've got to find a way to continue to play within that said identity.
Falcons lose 20-10. Penix Jr. 21 for 38, 241 yards, 1 TD pass, no interceptions. And I'm glad you said that, sir. They're kind of discombobulated. They're up, they're down, they're up, they're down. That's usually what happens with a young rookie quarterback. And really, he's technically in his second year. But as far as playing, this is his rookie year. I think that was his A start last night. We were happy as hell after the Vikings game. We were happy as hell after the Commanders game. We were happy as hell at the Buffalo game. So it's going to be like that. The man got a cannon arm. It's going to be okay. Don't get too high. Don't get too low about these things. Hey, listen, man, before we go to the break, before we get out of here, man, we want to send condolences out to the family of Kevin Sanford.
Oh, my God.
The streets know him as Rough Buff. Passed away this past weekend. I think it was Friday when I started getting seeing the post about it online. And great dude, long-time Stewie. We've golfed with this guy many times. You see his golf. That was his passion. Big Buffalo Bills fan. Just real sad, and condolences and prayers to the family.
I literally sent that cat a text not too long ago saying, "You can run, but you can't hide on that golf course. Why you running from me, Rough Buff?" And he responded, "Ain't nobody running. I got you. I'll get to you sooner or later." And the next message was, "Hey, man, I hope you're well." He responded, "Same to you. Can't wait to get out on the course with you, man." And it's going to have to happen in the afterlife now. Y'all better live and love your life and enjoy your life. Y'all better live and love your life and enjoy life. Shouts out to the good folks at WGPR, Hot 107.5 FM HD2. We appreciate you guys. Thank y'all for being here. The Sports Rap Network is in the building, and the Stews are happy to be a part of it. Shouts out to the good folks at Sports Rap Network, WGPR, Hot 107.5 HD2 in Detroit. We appreciate y'all.
Rest in peace, Rough Buff. When we get back from the break, Ballers and Busters, that's what we do on Monday. Give us your Ballers and your Busters, a.k.a. your Game Balls and your Goats. Going to have on Mark Green a couple of segments, so stay tuned for that. That's going to be fun.
Can I give a baller before I go, man?
Yeah, absolutely.
Dak damn Prescott.
Big game.
Dak damn Prescott. Not just a big game. He done got like 15 damn touchdowns in his last 4 games, man.
Yeah.
And he's playing with a beat-up team. Boy, I tell you what, damn Dak Prescott gets my first baller award.
All right, when we get back from the break, Ballers, Busters, we'll read some of your emails. Ryan's not going to be here, so we'll have Tree and Arlie maybe pop in, but give us your thoughts from the weekend.
Don't do to people like that.
College football, NFL. What do you mean do to people like what?
Man, Tree just a whole lot to deal with. Don't be bringing Tree. Listen, I played in the NFL. I've taken enough shots to last a lifetime. And let me tell you this. Taking a shot just to lose weight, that's not a smart play. That's why I roll with Brain IQ. The all-natural weight chews cut cravings, boost metabolism, and sharpen focus. No needles, no chemicals, no crash. Just results you can chew on. And Brain IQ is not just about weight chews. They've got a full lineup of all-natural products to keep your mind sharp, your body fueled, and your health on point. Skip the needles, choose natural. Order now. BrainIQHealth.com/REF/1LiveStew. Brain IQ Chews. Smart, natural, built for results.
Hello there, it's your favorite cruise director, Arlie Michelle, and you want to be on the inaugural Cruise with the Stews, February 6th through 9th. What's up, Stew Nation? We want to see you out on the big water for the big game, and we cannot wait. Have you signed up to go with us on the cruise yet? If you haven't, there is still time. We want to see everybody's face in the place. We're going to be celebrating from Miami to Nassau, Bahamas, and back. You want to be in the place. Can't wait to see ya. Yay! We're so excited. We're going to cruise together. Cruising with you, cruising with you, cruising with you. Come on, y'all. Ah!
Welcome back to the show. Doug Stewart, Ron Stewart, Two Live Stews, the realest, truest sports and guy talk show in America. Good morning to WGPR. Our folks in Detroit, the D. There's all of this right here. Oh, that's a little gray hair from me shaving this morning. Ball Award. We're giving out ballers and busters. Stay tuned a little bit later. We got top five, real good top five for you later. Last 48, which are the biggest memes in the Two Live Stews Facebook group in the last 48 hours. So this is how it works on Mondays after an NFL weekend, as we kind of highlight all of the big games and all of the bad games from the past weekend. Ball Award to the Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah, beating the Vikings 28-22, snapping a two-game loser streak. Big time game from Jalen Hurts, who went 19 of 23 attempts, 326 yards, and 3 passing touchdowns. No interceptions, quarterback rating of 158.3. That's what I love about Jalen Hurts, man, is because to me, he's a guy that just does what they need to do. And that coaching staff, that organization over the last couple of years, they do what they need to do to get a W. But he can pass the ball. He clearly can pass the ball, not in the first or the second Super Bowl, but the first Super Bowl, if you remember. Dude threw for a ton of yards, great touchdown passes, no interceptions. But, whenever he's, is mid as far as passing the football, then here come the boo birds. Here come everybody saying that Jalen Hurts is not a good quarterback. He can't pass the football, which is absolutely ridiculous. They get a huge win on the road, 28-22. Ball Award to Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles. The New York Jets lose again. And I guess I'm giving a bust award to the New York football Jets. Jets are still defeated. Justin Fields was benched at halftime after poor performances. He had 46 passing yards after going 6 for 12 and passing in the first half. Y'all know that that's around. Y'all know that I've been supporting Justin Fields. I just mentioned it last week in the last conversation that me and Ryan had. The kid is from Metro Atlanta. Went from Kennesaw. Had a tough road, I guess you can put it, in college where he went to the University of Georgia. That didn't work out for whatever reason. Transferred to Ohio State. Did phenomenal, I thought. Took the team to the national championship. They didn't win it, but took the team to the national championship. Just a great kid, man. But I think that's it. They benched him at the end of the first half. And Aaron Glenn, the head coach of the Jets, had been trying to stick with this guy. And he just can't anymore, man. And the team's bad. The team is not great. I'm sure most of y'all will agree. The team is not great, but when you have performance after performance and you're not finding the right receivers and you're skipping balls and pause if you're skipping balls in the ground and not hitting your receivers, and you've had opportunity after opportunity, and me and Ryan got into this a little bit in the last show, it's tough. It's tough to continue to try to say that you have that ability and you can be this dual threat, great NFL quarterback. So 46 passing yards, 6 for 12, 0 passing touchdowns. He was sacked 3 times for 21 yards, just uncertain about where he wants to go with the football at. real tough day for Justin Fields and the New York Jets. So y'all pray for that young brother, man. Hopefully he can turn things around and figure something out. But real tough weekend for him. How about some college football balls and busters? Shouts out to the Georgia Bulldogs as they get it done this past weekend, beating Ole Miss. Big game for Lawson Lucky, the tight end for the University of Georgia. It was a major factor in the win. Ball award to them as they get another win. One more baller. Ball award to the Alabama Crimson Tide. I want to say something about that. I want people to, and there goes the head coach right there, DeBoer, says momentum on, or he's in momentum mode, he's saying on DeBoer, says no ashes on the hoodie. This isn't new, but we're going to ride the momentum. I told the guys not to get any ashes on it. Kalen DeBoer on his black hoodie. So let's talk about the actual game. Let's talk about the Alabama Crimson Tide. Let's talk about the fact that after that first game where they lost against Florida State, that everybody and their mama, even a lot of the Alabama fans, were saying that DeBoer just was not the guy. He's not the answer. He's not the guy to replace the legend of Nick Saban. And I'm here to tell you that Alabama has rolled ever since. They have rolled ever since. They have been balling out of control. They look like the Alabama that's going to contend for another national championship, like the many that they have in the last decade and a half. And you got to give them a ball award. You got to give them credit with gathering the guys together, the players together, galvanizing the team to come out and play as a unit and get these big wins. A win against Tennessee is just a huge thing. On the road and Knoxville is a huge win. So ball award to the Alabama Crimson Tide, and they're going to be right there. You know about this playoff thing. They're going to be right there at the end of the season where they're going to have an opportunity to win another championship, another national championship, and DeBoer's doing a great job. You got to kind of like slow down on burying people. Like we buried the Falcons after they had the terrible loss to the Carolina Panthers. And then they came back and they won the game against, the Minnesota Vikings or the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, the Florida State game was a tough game, but it was the first game of the year. They got 4- and 5-star players on the Alabama Crimson Tide. So that's one thing that I've always been interested in is how people can fall off the bandwagon. Fans can fall off the bandwagon so fast after one bad performance. It's a season. It's not, the season isn't comprised of one game. It's a season. And you know good and well Alabama got players, have always had players, have always once again had 4- and 5-star players that come and play down there in Tuscaloosa. So ball award to them as they go on the road and they get a big win against the Tennessee Volunteers. Ball award to the Louisville Cardinals as they get a huge win over the Miami Hurricanes. Mocha Bella, what's going on with the Canes? Upset number 2, Miami, 24-21. Big rushing attack. Carson Beck struggled, had a couple of interception passes. Isaac Brown for Louisville rushed for 113 yards, and Chris Bell had 136 receiving yards. That's another team. We talked about Indiana a week ago, and you're watching the Two Live Stews experience. We talked about Indiana a couple of weeks ago where they're on the come up because of NIL, because of the portal. Teams can get better faster in 2025. Seems like the same thing with the Louisville Cardinals. A bunch of transfers, a bunch of guys that they have on the squad through the portal, and they are playing great football right now, and they go and they get a huge upset against the Miami Hurricanes, 24-21. Ball award to them. And one last ball award before I ask Tree to come in, and you're watching the Two Live Stews experience. One more ball award before I ask Tree to come in. Vanderbilt. the Vanderbilt Commodores over LSU in a historic upset, 31-24 on Saturday. They controlled the game. They were dominant. They had a rushing attack. They had a lot of possessions, many more possessions. They handed LSU a shocking defeat in one of the two teams that are probably going to make the college playoffs. The college playoffs coming up at the end of the season. You just don't hear too often Vanderbilt beating LSU. I mentioned to Ryan a couple of days ago how there's a couple of programs in college football that historically have just been the bottom dweller in whatever conference they were. Vanderbilt's one of those teams. Wake Forest, Indiana, teams like that. Kentucky to a little bit lesser degree. But, man, you got to give them some credit. The Vanderbilt Commodores, once again, I think they're exploiting what they can do in the portal. They're getting better players, and they are doing a phenomenal job, and they get a big win on the road at LSU. All right, Tree. Pop on, Tree. You're watching the Two Live Stews experience. Tree, how you doing this morning? First of all.
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. Quick question. Did you know Rough Buff?
I did.
Where'd you meet him at? And what are some of the...
From your show, from the show we did together, the Doug Stewart show is how I met him. Tall.
Yeah, he played college basketball.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Played college basketball, avid Buffalo Bills fan. He's probably the only real Buffalo Bill fan that I knew, because you don't meet too many. When you grow up in the South, you don't meet a lot of people from Buffalo. If you meet people from New York, they're from the city 9 times out of 10. They're not from Buffalo. So big Bills fan, great dude, man. Just always got a smile on his face, always laughing and joking around. And just real sad, man, to hear about him passing.
I think what you need to remember is what the space does, what it creates. Like, of course, you're doing amazing sports, real talk, but you're creating relationships. I have so many friends because of this space. This weekend, some people are coming into town. And like Ryan said, I always say that tomorrow is a suggestion. It's not a promise. So we need to get together when we can, and all of that. So
I know it was kind of, and I'm gonna jump in here.
Mm-hmm.
I know it was kind of abrupt when I brought you on, but the two things I wanted to talk about are two things. We already talked about Rough Buff. That was his radio name. And the second thing I wanted to bring up was the community. We didn't even talk about this, okay? This is kind of, last second. I was like, you know what? I want you to come on and talk about the community.
We're
the
aligned,
community
sir.
that we have starting with the Two Live Stews back in 2001, continuing with my show for a couple of years, the Doug Stewart Show, and now we've been doing this show for a year and a half. You have a picture. We had TDSS weekend. You have a picture of a ton of people that listen to the shows over the years. If you can find that and flash that for us. But we have a real community. We have a real family that supports the show, wants to see this show do well. And the outpouring of love when people post this whole weekend about Rough Buff and him passing, I want to say thank you to all of the people that have supported us from day one. Thank you. And it really is like family. We can't say it enough. We say it a lot, but we still can't say it enough. And I tell people all the time, listen, there's some forces of evil out there that want to see us fail. The forces of evil, okay? But we're not going to fail. We absolutely going to win, and it's because of the family and the community that we've established for many, many years. Thank y'all. To be on the same wavelength.
I'm gonna get the picture. We
the picture
celebrate.
I'm talking about. We were outside, and
I have tons. I have to pull it, but we even in the show open, like we acknowledge how grateful we are for all of you. If you look at the show open, it's not just the Stews, it's not just me and Arlie. You all are a part of that. And Doug, when I moved to California, like people were still communicating with me and making sure I was okay. And yeah, this is really powerful. It looks like your guys, you need to pub up the next segment because we got a situation coming in.
Yeah, so we're going to have on coming up in the next segment, we're going to talk to my man Mark Gray, and long time radio and TV host in the DC area. I think Mark Gray might be from DC. Mark, you from DC? Thumbs up. Yeah, he's from DC. I was going to say DMV, but I think that from what I understand, DC people don't like the DMV reference. We had a long conversation about this earlier this year. I can't remember the circumstances, but I was referring to something that happened in DC as DMV, and they were like, "Man, we don't get down like that. Don't do that shit." So when we have Mark on, we'll talk about that. But this dude right here is a baseball aficionado. Going to talk to him about the ALCS and what happened last night. It goes to Game 7. We'll talk about the who he likes for the World Series. We'll also talk a little bit about some HBCU football. This guy is an HBCU historian / savant. All right? So stay tuned. It's going to be very, very good stuff. Oh, yeah. And he's part of the new family at WGPR 107.5 in the D. That's right. So stay tuned. Some good stuff coming up with Mark Gray coming up next. You are watching the Two Live Stews Experience. All right, Ryan will be back later. Stay tuned. Don't go away.
Are you tired of workouts that leave you feeling drained? Do you want to push your limits without compromising your health? Introducing NPE, the ultimate pre-workout powerhouse. NPE is packed with natural plant-based ingredients that fuel your body and mind. We're talking about sustained energy, enhanced focus, and accelerated recovery. All this while giving your immune system a powerful boost. But NPE doesn't stop there. It also stimulates circulation, enhancing blood flow throughout your body. And it doesn't just improve your workout performance, it also boosts fertility and sexual drive in both men and women. Whether you're a seasoned athlete or just starting your fitness journey, NPE is here to help you reach new heights. Don't settle for sluggish workouts. Unleash your inner athlete with NPE. That's natural performance energy. This is not your ordinary pre-workout supplement. Our clients will tell you NPE also stands for natural power, peak performance, every workout.
Hey, yo, Bird. Just make your paper. Make your paper. Any way you choose. Any way you choose. But understand the rules. If you get caught, you lose.
You can move a stone, you can move a key, you can move a pound or two, you can move some speed, you can move some X, you can move some shroom T, you can move anything you get your hands on, G. You can move some Hario, uh-oh, here we go, uh-oh, there they go, uh-oh, here we go.
Yeah! Welcome back to the show. Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, the Two Live Stews, the Two Live Stews Experience. Sports talk with hot sauce. You hear in the background, my man BMX, a.k.a. Pee Wee Shine. Check out his music on Spotify, Apple Music, Mossberg Remix, Pee Wee Shine, Pee Wee Shine. Please support our sponsors. Please support our sponsors. Mark Gray, what up, baby?
What up, Dougie Fresh? My dude.
Yes, how you doing?
We did it, man.
We did it, man. We did it.
I used to write scripts. Truth be told, I wrote scripts for Doug Stewart back in the day.
So, Mark,
remember that?
Give a little bit of
context
history on that.
Yeah. Doug and I were, Brent Musburger and John Madden in the HBCU studio show down in Tallahassee.
Right.
It was one of the redeeming qualities of Tally Ho, if you will. But this was a great. What you're seeing now on HBCU Go, Doug, for real, is what we were doing in the 90s.
20 years ago.
About that.
Yeah,
20 years ago. We were the one who did the studio show, although they hadn't brought a studio show back. So You see what you got here, Curtis.
Right.
Here we are. Anyway, but real talk, we set the stage. We had basically an HBCU sports center. We would toss the games. We would floss and have fun. Yeah. And this was right at a time, and I'm out my old employer, ESPN, where they said nobody was going to watch HBCU sports.
Oh, my God.
And now they're putting it out there on a corner like, you know, a working person, and it's still not working out. But with all due respect, man, it's great to be back around the way. Can't wait to kick it with you in our new endeavor, and I'm psyched as hell about it.
Hey, so Mark, for people watching for the first time, we got on Mark Gray, longtime radio TV personality in the D.C. area. First question, what's the controversy with saying DMV or someone from you, a true native of the district? What's the problem with, mixing those names up or intertwining those names?
All right, I will say this. I live in Prince George's County now, but I was born in D.C. That's the DMV, okay? If I know you got a lot of sanctimonious people because the folks in Baltimore don't want to be considered DMV either. So you got a whole bunch of that stuff. And I think really it comes down to PG County hate. Right. All right. You know, that's the linchpin that sort of brings it all together. And when you give anytime there's an opportunity for haters to show up, they're going to hate on. And instead of being a community, particularly now, okay, ain't no jurisdictional divides right now. We all in it together. Absolutely. And I would like to see a lot more people bond on that. But, you know, it's a thing to some people who want to blow it out of proportion. But to others, man, it's a badge of honor. It's really who you talk to. I don't think there's a universality to it, but having lived in both places, I am from the DMV.
Right. Talking to Mark Gray right now with the Two Live Stews, a longtime radio TV personality in the district. Mark, all right, let's talk some sports. A couple of different areas I want to hit you with. First one is last night, the Toronto Blue Jays took it to Game 7 and beating the Seattle Mariners 6-2. Talk a little bit about what you expect to see in Game 7 and who do you like to make it to the World Series to take on the Dodgers, who are waiting already?
Well, I had always thought that the only team that could beat the Yankees in a full series was the Blue Jays, but they were hurt at the end of the season, and now they're without George Springer, and I think that's a big, big blow. However, having been to the Sky Dome when Rogers Center was known as the Sky Dome, and we were covering the Braves in 91. I'm going to give it to you like this. When the Blue Jays are winning in a big game, that atmosphere becomes a SEC stadium with a team making a charge. Wow. It will be 45 to 50,000 people that sound like 100. Atmosphere is going to be a big factor in this game, particularly for a starting pitcher tonight. I think what has happened is Toronto has found their bats, and now that they're offensively doing their thing, to my opinion, it's relaxed the starting pitching. So you're getting great starting pitching. You got the bats that have come alive, and they are one of the most thunderous offenses in the game. So I really do like Toronto in this spot. But the way that Cal Raleigh has been doing it all season for Seattle, that always makes them a wild card. But if I were going to make a wager, I really got to like Toronto. I like them kind of big tonight.
Speaking of Toronto, man, Vlad Guerrero Jr., 2 runs, 2 hits, and a home run last night. Man, there's a long history of sons of major league players. You talk about Ken Griffey, the Griffies. You talk about Cecil Fielder and his boy Prince. I mean, the names go on and on and on. This Vlad Guerrero Jr., man, might be the best son of a former major league player of all time when it's all said and done. What are your thoughts about the young man?
I'd probably say that he's the best of his generation right now. Right. It'll be interesting to see at the end of his career how historically we in the baseball world look at people and where he ranks up against, say, Griffey and Bonds, if you will.
That's right.
But for real, he's awesome. And the thing that I like about him, he made his commitment not only to the team, but to Toronto. He signed a long-term contract with deferred money so he could play there and finish his career there, and he wants to win it there. He's one of those guys that when he gets in a groove, and I'm anxious to see if his swing is as locked in tonight as it was last night. He seemed to be early in the series a little bit off. He was chasing some things, and they were getting the ball inside on him. They weren't able to do that last night. They got them messing around, and they found out. And so he's a dangerous piece. I think they're going to be a little bit weakened, so it's incumbent upon them to get 18 outs from the starters and then make it certainly a 9-inning game. And I think that's where they're at their best. You definitely don't want to see a guy, as I mentioned, Cal Raleigh, go deep in the first inning. That'll take some of the momentum away. So I think those first 3 innings, those first 9 outs are big on both sides. But I do like Toronto tonight.
Talking to Mark Gray right now with the Two Live Stews on WGPR 107.5 in Detroit. Go ahead.
Yeah. Can we talk about MLBBro.com on here?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Go ahead.
I know, we on in Detroit. That's Rob Parker's spot. This is baseball website. I've been assistant managing editor since we launched. Rob and Charlie Duncan are at the World Series for us. So check out the website. I will throw this as a plug. I'm now openly campaigning for the consensus. If Dave Roberts, the Dodgers manager, goes back-to-back, it seals him as a Hall of Famer.
Wow.
Hands down, no argument. I don't care about the payroll. I don't care about any of the things. Dave, to manage everything that he has to go through, he's HOF.
It's funny
if he wins this World Series.
You kind of roll into the last conversation on baseball I wanted to get in with you, and we are talking to Mark Gray right now, longtime DC sports radio and TV personality. What Shohei Ohtani did in the NLCS, 10 strikeouts, 3 home runs, first leadoff hitter home run by a pitcher in Major League Baseball history, first postseason multi-home run game by a pitcher, first game in Major League Baseball history with 3 home runs and 10 strikeouts. You see the stats right there. The conversation is going on right now that was not only the greatest game ever played in a postseason game, but that he might be the greatest baseball player to ever step on the field. What are your thoughts? Is it too early? Is that blasphemous? Or is there some truth to that?
I think he's in this conversation of the GOAT. I really do. In the conversation.
Okay.
However, as a Negro League historian of some sort, I will admit we don't know how great many of the players was. But I will say this. If I were going to put, because now after all the records were consolidated or whatnot, and we pretty much universally understand that on paper, Josh Gibson would be the greatest player ever. Mm-hmm. I think Ohtani's right there, man. It's a different time. It's an integrated game. His power is massive. Mark,
let me say this. I mean, the whole thing that separates him from everybody else is that he's a dominant pitcher and a dominant hitter. Like Barry Bonds, for me, is the greatest baseball player I've ever seen, but no disrespect. And, I'm a guy that speaks up for Barry Bonds. No disrespect. Barry Bonds don't pitch. He never pitched before. So that's kind of the differentiator. What are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, I contextualize it in the Negro League times with Josh Gibson being a catcher and a prolific hitter. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he was doing stuff defensively that was way ahead of his time. But we're in a new era.
Right.
So to your point, I have nary an argument with anybody saying Shohei Ohtani not only had the greatest moment, but may be the GOAT. He's going to have to do it for a few more years in the majors. If he can do it for an entire decade, hands down, game over, he will be the GOAT until that time. But I just think the scary part about Ohtani now, we're scratching the surface. We remember he's still coming back from the arm injury, the elbow thing.
Right.
I'd like to see him in a full season where he's healthy. Man, the stuff he could put up out there would be unreachable.
Finishing up with Mark Gray right now with the Two Live Stews, WGPR radio in Detroit, 107.5. And also Two Live Stews, YouTube.com. All right, HBCU football. You are probably the most knowledgeable HBCU guy, football guy that I know. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on in the two major divisions, the MEAC and the SWAC. Give me your top 3 teams, and I think we have a meme. Give us your top 3 teams right now in HBCU football.
I think I'm going to lead off. I really like Prairie View myself.
Okay.
I know they got a couple out of conference losses, man, but the tone has been reset. So I'm kind of sneaky liking them. I do like Alabama State because of Andrew Body, the quarterback. And when you got a quarterback that can do the things that he can do at that level, it makes him tough. And you know, Jackson has a replacement quarterback in right now. And I'm just wondering, is he savvy enough to go down the stretch and keep the chains moving? So there are a lot of moving parts right now at HBCUs. But to me, the team that I would think you could call sneaky good, under the radar, is Prairie View. And it will shake out in the SWAC over the next month.
Yeah. So we just saw a meme. I'm sure you can throw that back up there one more second. We just saw a meme with Prairie View. They did get a win this past weekend. The other 4 teams, this is from the prior week. The other 4 teams, Jackson State, North Carolina Central, Alabama State, and South Carolina State, all had byes this weekend, I believe. But Prairie View did get a win, so they're now 5-2. And North Carolina Central has been rolling over teams. South Carolina State, you know, I'm an alumni. We went to A&T and beat them for greatest homecoming on earth, the alleged greatest homecoming on earth. We beat
my
them.
daughter's thinking about going there. No, go ahead.
Right. But Central, man, Central has been rolling over teams, so we'll see. That's going to be a big matchup between the two MEAC.
Hey, Doug, they got a chip on their shoulder. They got a chip on their shoulder for missing out last year, and the MEAC needs A&T and Hampton to come back. And I don't see the CAA working for them as well as they thought. I think we get better TV time these days in the MEAC than you do in the CAA. So y'all need to come back home. I don't like a 5-game conference schedule. I really don't think it gives you a chance to really sift out who the real champ is. You just have to run the table. But that's just me.
Yeah, man. Hey, Mark, man, I'm telling you. Oh, bonus question. I almost forgot.
All right.
What are your thoughts about the young man, Jaden Daniels, in the district for the Commanders? Do you call them Commanders, first of all?
Yeah, it's their name. I've had to come around to it. I will say this. I'm concerned this morning about that hamstring. Yeah. Remember, he had missed a couple of weeks early in the season with the quad, and they kind of go hand in hand. So kit gloves, and the defense is trash. Other than that, God delivers us, the Savior of the city. He is that dude, man. I can't put it to you any other way. He has electrified DC the way that Michael Vick electrified Atlanta, and I'm just happy to be here. if he gets me to the Super Bowl, any day after that is on the man upstairs.
So 2 things. They did lose to the Cowboys 44-22 yesterday.
No, they got pumped. They got spanked.
They did. But you brought up the thing that I wanted to hear most about is the fact that he has brought such electricity to the city, I'm sure, reminding me of Vic when he came to Atlanta. But I also want to temper it a little bit by talking about and reminding people RG3. RG3 was on this track until little injuries started collecting on and on. This is 2 injuries early in the season already for the young guy, Daniels. Got to kind of have that in the back of your mind a little bit, right? Be careful. Be careful. You got to be careful.
You cannot invoke the name Beetlejuice in a burgundy and gold apology top. RG3 is Beetlejuice, okay? Let's be clear about that around here. Right. And you and I can have further conversations because I know we're up for time, but he is not revered or endeared. People appreciate the fact he was a rookie of the year, but we come from a space where we're used to seeing the first black quarterback be an MVP in the Super Bowl, and he was not that guy.
Wow.
All right. And I'm on the record with him. RG3 was more RG me, and that's why it didn't work in DC.
Right. Man, great stuff. Mark, Tell people a little bit about your show, what they're going to get when they listen to your show, the times it's going to be on Sports Rap Network, all the details.
Well, I'm on from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. East Coast time, which is 6 to 9 out west. So I'm looking forward to bringing the country together. Those of y'all remember the Weekend Sports Group on ESPN when we were killing it? Well, we're going to do that every day for the boys around the way. And hip-hop, nothing but hip-hop, 24/7, 365. Hey, thanks for having me, Doug. I know you got to get out of here.
Absolutely. Mark, thank you so much, brother. We'll see you. There he is, Mark Gray, right there with the Two Live Stews on the Two Live Stews.
One time to the great Mark Gray in the building. Boy, I love me some Mark Gray.
Hey, perfect timing, man. Perfect timing. Two Live Stews Radio or Two Live Stews on YouTube.com. Great dude, man. Great dude.
Got a couple of things I want to talk about that I heard you mentioning while I was taking the kids to school. I'll hit them when I get back out of the break. Really good job with Mark Gray just now, sir.
Yeah. So great dude to have on. Great ally to have that can come on and talk a ton of HBCU football. That's his forte, and baseball. All right, we're going to take a quick little break. When we get back from the break, we are going to, what are we going to do? It's 8 o'clock. Yeah, Arlie Report. The Arlie Report coming up next. Don't go away.
Have you ever been stranded on the side of the road, Arlie?
Yes.
It's not comfortable, is it?
No.
Dogs and Poodles, if you find yourself in a jam on the side of the highway, give my folks at Bay 11 Towing a call, 404-770-6949. Again, that's 404-770-6949. Being stranded on the side of the road in Metro Atlanta is very stressful and dangerous. Bay 11 Towing is who you need to call, whether you're dealing with a flat tire, dead battery, full-on breakdown, or whatever that may have you on the side of the road. Call our folks at Bay 11 Towing, and they will get to you with a competitive